everyone, and welcome. Good morning. So I've got a lovely breeze coming in to my room this morning, which is most welcome. They say it's going to be very, very warm today, but hopefully we'll catch enough breeze to let ourselves be comfortable. So let's place our feet, so actually, like, from your brain, just let that thought go down to your feet, where you're placing your feet. And just for a moment, you can just gently rock on your feet or press your feet into the ground and just feel that connection to the space underneath you, of the ground, as it were. And we're just doing that to try to bring ourselves physically into a different zone. So when we feel in this different zone, we can use our imagination, we can use the power of our body, the power of our mind, and all of those things we just practice and practice, and we will always be practicing. So there isn't really a point whereby you become perfect. Everything is practice, practice, practice. So not too much rabbiting on. So from the earth, from the ground where your feet were, we just lift some breath, and through your nose just let that go in to your lungs. When you reach the top of the movement, just pause for a second and then let the breath run away, out through your nose or out through your mouth, whichever you feel more comfortable with. But also in your imagination, extend this breath so it goes deep into the ground. We'll just do a few breaths like that. Think of the breath in a slender way, in a soft way, connecting with the breath in a very gentle way. Don't worry if you're not matching my breaths, just a nice even breath in, breath out. And when you've done about 4 or 5 breaths, just allow yourself to be sunk down, pushing through your feet, feeling the weight of your body. Just for a moment, feel the weight of your body and rest. So we're going to begin with the toes moving, the fingers moving. I'm trying to move you can hear my feet, my toes moving inside, and anything that you can do with your feet that matches what you're doing with your hands, even if it's just stop, start. So just your feet going up and down, your feet going down, toes going up, toes going down. We move to our wrists and our ankles. So wrists just moving like so, and at the same time we can just start moving our ankles the same sort of movement, just a nice gentle opening for ourselves. We're just thinking about the wrists and thinking about the ankles. Okay, so we're going to do the elbows now. So we've got that windscreen wiper type movement. And then with our feet, see if we can do the same kind of thing. Not exactly, but you know what I mean. Just a nice kind of like windscreen wiper movement. Okay, shoulders, and we'll just let the shoulders raise and fall. Nothing too abnormal. And then we'll add in, and if you want to put your chair here, that's fine. So we'll add in the knee and the shoulder together. And then just see if we can roll that around. Don't worry if it doesn't go too far. So we're rolling that hip and we're rolling the knee, sorry, the shoulder. Okay, what about the other way? So we'd have to start at the back, roll forward, start at the back, roll forward, start at the back, roll forward, roll forward. Okay, and so we have come to our hips, and as we're working up the arms as well, we'll come to our neck. So we're going to do them individually though, so go back into Wuji and just start to roll the hips, whichever way they'll go. Could be that you're just going to sway from side to side. That's great. If you can make a full or half turn, whichever you can, and at the front as well. Just a nice even, balanced roll. And then we come to our neck. So drop your chin to your chest and then delicately take a circle around to the left, looking all around the room. Come back to chin to chest and look forward. Do the other side, so chin to chest and then looking out to the right side, across the ceiling, down the wall, across the floor. Look between your knees and look up. And then we're just going to extend that down our spine in the next exercise. And if you have the chair or a wall that you can lean against, that's great. So come out from the chair a little way. Feet are open up. And we're just going to bend from the hip, wherever that takes you, just that nice bend there. And then back up. Hinge from the hips. So chin aiming for the floor. And straight straighten up. One more, chin aiming for the floor. Hold on there, just stay back and up again. And we'll just do 3, which are like stretching back. So let the hips come forward, straighten up, let the hips come forward, straighten up, let the hips come forward, and you can put your head back or not, you can just look straight ahead. Okay, so we'll incorporate that now with the movement with the chair. So we come down, chin to chest, and then back, stretch out. Just do a combination of this really great stretch for the spine. You can keep your, it's not really about how far you go, it's just making that mobility of the spine, just let it stretch. Okay, good. So if you do have, I was showing you last week the step up, looking around for something which will give me something to demonstrate it with. But imagine that was the step of your staircase, let's say. So you step onto the first step and you push forward. So that foot is on a step there. Push forward and release. You can hold on obviously onto the step, and I just usually do 2 or 3. It's stretching the back of my calf and my hamstring. I'll do it on the other side. So the right leg has just stepped up, but the left leg, imagine that's the step there, and then you push forward, keeping the back heel on the ground. And I just do this every time I approach the bottom step. I just have 3 on the right, 3 on the left. I mean, as you stretch out even more, you can step up onto step 2 if you like, and you've got the additional support at either side of you there. You could do a press up if you like. Try a few different things. Okay, here we go now with some Qi Gong. We're going to do the Dao form. So feet are hip distance apart, and just let the air come up underneath your hands, and then turning the hands to either side, swim through the air. Feel that air is heavy. Turn the hands over so the palms are facing up, and push the air up as you breathe in. Slight pause, and then let the air just come down and push yourself into the ground there. Going to go up onto our toes now for this next move, which is like the flying wild goose. We go up even higher if we can, and then settle down. This time we're going to go up onto your arms are going up just to shoulder height, feet are staying on the ground. On the out breath, just let that go across a body of water there, so you feel the water, dip into the water, and breathing in, bring your hands into your waist, elbows are behind you, body's upright. Change direction, the hands, and let them just press forward as you sink down. Breathing in, bring the hands, bring your body to full height. And then turning the hands in as if they are diving down into part of the body. And back to Uji. Let's do one more then, around this time where you can half watch me. So just go into your breathing nice and gently and really feel that you're following the movement in your mind. Follow the movement. Let your breath be nice and steady. Breathing out. Breathing in. And let the breath go. Nice and gently, in slow motion, we move to flying like a wild goose, up onto your toes and stretching up as high as you can go, and then settling back down. Feel the air all around you being disturbed by your movements. If you can feel that, sink the body, feel the water in front of you. Dip into the water or the air and draw that in, draw that in. Elbows behind you. Breathing out, breathing in. And diving down, breathe out. Settle in Wuji there, just hold that for a moment. I'm going to do one more where you now, having followed the movement, you create some kind of dialogue in your mind. So I won't say anything, I just want you to create your own dialogue as we move along. For example, I am lifting my hands and I feel the air beneath them. I am turning my wrists and I press the air, that kind of thing. I fly like a bird, that sort of thing. Okay, here we go. At the end, we just enclose over the lower dantian and just release your tension in your body, release the tension, just relax into your feet. taking a moment to just be and rest. Get my water. We did an exercise last week, which is from a lovely book that I have, which all the philosophies of Qigong are explained, and you know, there's like all this esoteric stuff, but we don't have to go into that. It's like, can you run? Well, or can you walk? You don't have to know the intricate sort of details of it to be able to walk, and also you may not want to, your brain may not be wanting that at this moment, but we practice for our physical selves, and we practice for our mental or psychological self, and we practice for our spiritual self. That might sound a little bit deep. Everybody has a spirit that develops, and you may think of it in a religious way or not. That's up to you. But there is a spirit there, and sometimes it's like the essence or something that we cannot put our finger on, but it's not psychological purely, it's not physical, it's something else. And just knowing that there is that something else that drives us and pushes us forward in our life is good enough for me. So you can attach it to a spiritual, a religious belief. You can attach it to a natural belief, if you like, in the way that nature is formed. And these philosophies do often follow the way of nature, and that is what has helped me to actually like sometimes grasp the reasoning behind health or not health, or mind chaos or calm. It's all in nature. That's what I'm trying to say anyway. So here we go with that was the Tao form, which I think a lot of you have known for years, and it's something that really a lot of people really like that, because it's quite physical. If you were to do several of those per day, that would be very beneficial to your physical self. And if you were to spend 5 minutes doing some kind of exercise and moving meditation like that, that would be really beneficial to your mental health. And now you then, having done that physical and mental exercise, you see a tiny part of you grow in the spiritual world. So I wish you luck with that. Okay, so let's move on to part of the Tai Chi 8, and we did it last week. It is the standing on one leg. So standing on one leg, really important physically for building strength and balance, and the strength starts at your feet. So we need to take account of that. Standing on one leg and pressing down as well is also part of the balance. So standing on the leg is one thing, but pressing into it is really another thing. And if any of you follow any kind of these sort of modern ways of doing things, and this is an ancient way, of course, but if you follow the modern way of doing things, there is this really good scientific evidence about balance, and I think it's hopping. Well, I'm not going to do any hopping, but what I'm doing is kind of like a hop on the ground. Can you see? So if you were to hop, that would be what you would do. Now some of you might go off and do some hopping because it's not it's not something that everybody can do straight away, but this will help you. And if you can do a few of these a day, or 5 minutes of these, it doesn't take much effort, but it is definitely the beginning for your balance, for getting your balance going. So you can do it much slower than that, so you can lean into it like we do when we're going to go into a stance. And this is where Golden Rooster helps you, because you lift your leg. Now you're going to either place that leg on the ground or hold it up, but you're also going to drive down on the standing leg. Balance, balance. And then you're going to push up on the standing leg before you toe to heel come down. We'll just do that on the other side. So lift. Which leg did we just lift? That one. So let's lift the other leg. Lift the other leg. And wherever you're going to leave that leg, you're either going to put your foot up forward like that, press down onto the standing leg, and you might be holding on to something or not. Just see how it is, and that keeping that stance, really good for physical activity around the knee area, and so will benefit us all. Okay, let's do Golden Rooster, stands on one leg. Pressing down the air, and we're on the left side of the body. So we're going to lift the left leg and the left hand into this stance, and then we're going to push down. Hold it. You can put your leg down and still hold it. And then we're going to push up on the standing leg and come back into Wuji. The other side. So here, it's not so much about the repetitions, it's more about holding that stance with the weight on the standing leg. You can feel it. And then we're going to push up from that standing leg and back. That is so strengthening. And if you can do a few of those every day, you can come back and watch this video, because I am recording. You can make it, once you've got the movement going, you can start to balance the breath. Remember those moments of quiet and stillness, come inside of that. Okay, so I think we've finished the first half, so I will say goodbye to a few people that I can see are going, and then I'll open up the meeting and we'll have another half an hour. Okay.